commercial lenders, really mergers and acquisitions, anybody who is taking financial statements and processing them with some sort of financial analysis tool. Typically, the financial analysis tool will be used to forecast future financials, might be used to determine a loan sizing, those kinds of things. But this is an example of a financial statement that you would get from a borrower or potentially from an accounting system that is managing the operations of a facility. And so here in this financial statement we have a 12-month financial statement. So you have a column for financial data for each month of the year. This is a calendar year financial statement. You also have a total column on the far right. On the leftmost column, you have the line items categorized based on the type of income or the type of expense, and also grouped into sections. So commonly what will happen is that a lender may receive something like this. There's somebody within their organization, then a processor, an analyst, or an underwriter that will take each of these financials and manually key all of this data from this financial statement into some sort of a system. The example I'm going to show you today is a common financial analysis tool, an example of a financial analysis tool. And so you can see this is Excel based, and that is what a lot of this kind of analysis is still done within Excel. So they need to get that data from that PDF document into this analysis tool. So you can imagine how long this would take to manually key this in. You're talking about hundreds, if not thousands of data points that all need to be copied into this. There's some ways to speed that up, but nothing in comparison to what you can do with generative AI. So with our technology at Banker AI, what we're able to do is come into this financial analysis tool and look at the structure and also the locations of where this data should go. In addition to that, in this, you'll see that there's two columns on this far left. And in the financial statement, you saw one column, and that was how the data is labeled as it comes out of whatever accounting system is being generated from. Now, as it goes into the lender system or the investment banking system that's doing this analysis, they want to recategorize each of those categories that come from the borrower's financials and into what it is that they use in their analysis. So you can see here on the far left, that is the exact label as it comes from the borrower, from the financial statement we were looking at. And then the next column over, this is how this should be categorized for the purposes of this financial analysis. So this drop down, you can see there's a bunch of different options in here. And so what the user then does is after they key all this data in, they'll come down through this column and go row by row and reclassify each of these line items to what it should correspond with in their internal system. There's a whole different set of expense categories. So you can see those things that are there, those are categories. So our system, not only does it go into this model and determine where the data should go, it also looks at what those predefined categories are and extracts that information out. And then the user will then upload this financial statement into the Banker AI system. The Banker AI system will extract all of the content from this out and put it into another format, a structured format that's easy to feed into that Excel model. In addition to that, so this is an example of a structured format. This is just a spreadsheet populated with the data that was in the financial statement. You can see that in the column C here, these are the labels that are in the financial statement itself. This is all the data that you saw in the body of the statement. Now, these columns over here, these are AI generated. So our system generates these. The column B that's highlighted in blue, these values correspond with the lender's preferred way of categorization. So it uses those labels that it found in the Excel model, and the AI makes the decision on which label is most appropriate for each of the labels that it finds in the borrower's financials and adds those labels for you. So you don't have to go through those drop downs anymore. It goes through, finds this information, reclassifies it to match what the lender system does. The column A there, that's just the type. And in this case, the AI is classifying each of these items as either a revenue or an expense line item. And that then helps as far as what category those are going to get populated within in the financial statement. So this all happens on the back end. The user purely goes into the Banker AI system, uploads the PDF statement here, the raw PDF. On the back end, you don't see any of this happen. All that data is extracted out, processed, the labels are added, And then on the back end as well, it's all inserted directly into your financial analysis template. You then download the financial analysis template from the Banker AI system, and then you can carry on with your financial analysis from that point. So you could see, a person manually doing this might be a couple hours, depending how quick you are, but it's a lot of time. And we're talking about in kind of the underwriting analysis stage. This is done periodically as you do servicing, go through the servicing. Once this loan's actually created, you have to process these financials, on a quarterly basis, on an annual basis. So you're talking about a lot of financial statements. So this really saves an organization a lot of time. Again, been through it with Banker AI. You can find us at our website, bankerai.net, or our YouTube channel. Thank you. And please let us know if you have any questions about this.